A veteran secret agent, sounds like somebody I know.
John Decker.
Jack Decker.
Jack Decker.
Takes a young upstart under his wing. That's very similar to Decker. I think it's interesting. You see now, Decker was so successful online. You see a lot of these new movies coming out that have sort of that tip of the hat to.
Well, it's
the
more
Decker
than a tip
series.
of the hat when they're taking names of our characters and putting them in the title of the movie. It's a little bit more than that. But I mean, when you were writing the original Decker, you were looking at James Bond and sort of tipping your hat to Bond, and so it makes sense
That's
that
not true.
that
I was
carries
not being
through and that
inspired
they
by James
tip
Bond
our
at all. So
hat
thank
to
you for
us.
that. But
So.
more people like Jack Reacher, Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone.
Nonetheless, there are a lot of similarities to Decker, which is kind of what makes this good, is when you're watching it, it reminds you of how much we really appreciate Decker's appearance on the action scene. And so I really enjoyed this.
In the movie, Steve Jobs, the actor or the character, wears the turtlenecks, the black turtlenecks that you see that Decker usually wears. And I was wondering if, in a way, Danny Boyle, the director, and Michael Fassbender was giving a little nod to Decker himself. And you see that in these with the Kingston movie from last year, and these other movies are sort of Hollywood's way of going, we're watching and keep doing what you're doing. That black mock turtleneck you'll see pop up in a lot more movies, I believe.
And
Let me give my review. My official bag popcorn for Steve Jobs is 5 bags of popcorn. It is going to be considered one of the classic movies of our generation. Thank you, Danny Boyle, for writing that for directing the movie. Suicide Squad from David Ayers. Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Cara Delevingne, Ben Affleck, Jared Leto. Secret government agent. This is all Decker crap. This is everyone out there in Hollywood is taking Decker stories. Lots planned. One thing that's going to be a little controversial is, some of you guys know this, there was a movie that came out this year that wasn't nominated.
The Mummy.
No, the Star Wars, latest Star Wars movie.
Well, yeah.
Which I don't even know what it was called this time. What did they
It's called the George Lucas ripoff.
So, as some of you know, George Lucas has been making these Star Wars movies, making a lot of money off them. And what's happened now is we've discovered, I haven't seen the movie, I refuse to see the movie. We've gotten good reports, good intelligence that there's a character in this latest Star Wars movie called...
Jonathan Kington.
No, it's called the original, the Master Codebreaker.
Master Codebreaker.
So what that means to all you Decker heads out there, you know that means that Mr. Lucas went in almost like a cat burglar would and stole wholesale from our pockets, and he pickpocketed us with the original Codemaster character. So it's shame on him. What we're going to do tonight is a mock trial, and we will try. It does not be a legally binding thing. It's not like George Lucas is going to, the real George Lucas is going to end up going to jail, but we're going to simulate the trial of George Lucas tonight.
As it would happen.
As it would happen, and we've worked hard to make it right. So maybe the state of California will pay attention and do something about this, because it's a shame, and it's a shame, and we're all here. Joe's going to help us out. Joe, do we want to see Joe? Joe Estevez
About
is
time,
with us
Tim.
tonight.
About time he be called to the...
I'm sorry?
I said it's about time he's called to the mat on that.
That's right, and it's a shame that he had to. It's almost like if you run out of ideas, just stop. You could retire. You don't have to go into somebody else's treasure chest and rob them blind.
He could have done, like, instead of taking our thing, do another American Graffiti movie. They only did 2 of those. I'm sure that there's something that could be done there.
Then a couple
Why do you
other
have to
things,
take my character?
I feel like I went through this. Yeah, this is going to be really hard. You understand that? With you. Yeah.
Clone thing, you had Star Wars Clone Wars, I guess is the ultimate clone movie. But you also had Double Decker, which made a splash in its own way and really kind of was plagiarized
Once
from
again-
in the making of this movie. Hollywood turns to
Once
Decker.
again, they dip into that pot. We've seen
we
it
agree.
time and time again.
If
And no
you-
one's doing anything about it. Joe, make a mental note that we
If
have to
you put
investigate,
Deck-
put it in the investigations wing of the company, is we got to start looking into how these Hollywood companies are basically pilfering from our stockade.
They get hold of the script. If you put the script side by side, some of the scenes in Double Decker, some of the scenes in this are, I got to say, identical.
Right.
So
Almost
that's
like
the
they're-
real Clone War right there. I'm going to give this one 4 bags of popcorn because I feel that they did steal something from Double Decker. Then I'm going to give it the 5th bag for a total of 5 bags, but the 5th bag really rightfully goes to you and I as creators of the Decker series.
Sole creator Tim Heidecker of Decker, but I
Well-
appreciate the consulting you did on it and some of the supervising, whatever you did.
Nonetheless, we'll split the 5th bag equally.
All right, that's
And
fair.